And a very good morning to you all. Welcome to Crime Update Files. Nice to have you back with me again. Okay, today's video is a very special one with a very special person. His name is The Smart Guy. He's based over there in New York. I think it's Harlem. He's had a hard life and he's making the best for himself now. This is a interview that I carried out, I think it was early last year. I think you'll find this video very inspiring, especially for those of you who's at an early age, I would say between the ages of, say, 15 and up to probably 25. You'll find this very interesting. He has had a hard life, moving from home to home I think it was 11 years old. I'm talking about foster home. That's not a home with mother and father. From foster home to foster home, then he spent a good time in prison. And he had a hard life in prison.
I mean, shit. To be 11, look, to be 11 in a system selling drugs, I believe it was already left. It went left. It went left from birth. From the time I was born, that's when it went left. Because
Okay.
you know, everything around me was in disarray.
Got you. So during that time, obviously, it seemed a very tough time. Did you find yourself getting into a lot of fights, sort of fist fights and things? The reason I'm asking that because not only you're a rapper, you're a boxer and very much a professional boxer and going for a title. So did this hardness come from your early childhood of being tough, I should say?
Yeah, honestly, I never really was. I hate to use that word tough, right? So I don't think it was tough. I think it was, I was angry. I was mad. I was mad that I was in the group home. Listen, man, none of this shit is cool, right? Like being a child at 11 years old. Like I'm not like, I think like we need to let this sink in. And the only way to do that is you got to envision somebody that you care about. You got to envision somebody that you give a fuck about being in that situation. Picture a kid 11 years old.
Yeah.
You in a system where they want to give you medication. They want to give you Ritalin. They want to destroy your mind. You fighting for everything. You fighting for food. You fighting for clothes, right? I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be home. I wanted to be with my mother. I wanted to be with my father. I wanted to have a family. I was a kid, man. And that shit wasn't no joke. That shit was very painful, man. And it was fucked up. And I was angry. And I was mad. And when you're mad, you break shit. So I would punch walls and punch other kids, and because I was angry and I needed a release. And nobody gave a fuck about me. And I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody to console me. I was 11 years old. And let me tell you something. It's so fucked up what young black boys and girls go through in this system. Right? And we need to stop being so desensitized. We need to stop being so desensitized because we see all these stupid ass Instagram posts.
Yeah. Okay. So what or who gave you the inspiration to go down the path of not to get back into that circle, back into prison? Because you've been out and you've stayed out and you're doing extremely well for yourself and spreading the word to the younger lot out there, and you're doing quite a lot. So at what stage did you come to say, well, I've had enough of that pass. Now let's move into a different situation.
I never did. God saved me. I never did. God saved me. The devil beat me. Period. I gave up. I was in prison. I was in Southport box. I had cut 2 guys, and when you cut somebody in jail, they give you a new charge. You get 7 months to a year added on top of your sentence. So I cut 2 guys, and I'm in solitary confinement. I'm in the box, right? And Southport box is 24-hour lockdown. The shower, the toilet, and the bed is all in the same cell, right?
Hmm.
And after about 12 months of being in that fucking room, I started to go fucking crazy. And I started to talk to myself. I was bugging the fuck out. And I gave up on life. I wanted to die. I gave up on life. I quit. I became an animal. I was reduced to nothing but a piece of flesh and bones and aggression. I was a caveman. I became an animal. And I laid in a corner. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I laid in a corner and it was real dark. It was late at night. And you can hear everybody screaming because everybody's crazy in that motherfucker, right? People screaming, yo, what the fuck, going crazy. And I just remember just laying still and I felt like I died. I felt like I was dead. And man, God, man, oh man.
You know, it was a tough time. It was a tough time there for
Yeah.
you. So
Listen, let me tell you. I'm getting a little teary out here, man, because
I can see that.
God gave me a second chance. And I was dead. I was dead in that cell, man. And God brought me back to life. And God made my whole life, every painful situation I've been through from that moment, God made me realize the purpose of it. And he was preparing me. He was strengthening me. He was making me stronger. And man, that was the moment where I realized, that I'm going to do something with my life. That was the moment I realized that I'm going to be better. I got brothers. I got other people counting on me. And I'm not going to be defined by the actions of my parents. I'm not going to pay for the sins of my mother and my father anymore. I'm going to be better. And I picked up these books, man. I started reading and I started working out and I started meditating and I started being more intentional with my prayer. And I started asking God for intelligence, man. I prayed for this shit, man. Like I prayed for this, man. Like I asked God for intelligence. I asked God, bless me with knowledge, bless me with information. Because I knew if I had information, I'll be able to fix the shit I was dealing with. I'll be able to even the playing field with the demons I felt that was attacking me, man. And God strengthened me. And I got through it. And I came out of it stronger. I came out of it more clear. You know? And man, so I would be nothing without God. Period.
Got you. And so since you've exited from prison, what has inspired you really not to cross over the line to get back into that system? What actually? There must be something else.
Nah, it's in God, man. Listen, we can't see. Everybody wants this. Let me tell you something, man. The devil is complicated. God is simple. The devil is complicated. God is simple. When you pray and you ask God for wisdom, when you pray and you ask God for knowledge, when you pray and you ask God to protect you and help you, you want to make the right decisions.
Got you.
Right? So it's common sense, man. Like, it's information. I went to jail because I was ignorant, angry, and unaware. I came out of jail intelligent, blessed, and filled with faith. So, I would never do anything to jeopardize my freedom. What I want people to look at me and my story is, no matter where you start in life, you can become something. And it's never too late to be who you could have been. I don't believe in like plan B. I don't believe in like, well, I'm older now, so I can't do this. Whatever your original dream was, it's never too late to be what you could have been. That's what I want people to learn from my story. And when you got God and you pray and you have belief and you have love, because love is key, there's nothing you can't do. Nothing.